Alright, welcome to the PressStart podcast. I believe this is the 7th PressStart podcast. Yeah, I think that's right. So, today is I'll say the 13th. We're pretty close to the 13th. 13th of September. So, oh yeah, 2013. Just in case somebody's watching us in like 5 years or something, and we're like, oh my gosh, why is he so wrong and all this stuff? Because it's 2013, okay? Alright, so this week was another week of really not much news. But there's like one or two big kind of stories. It's pretty much sort of like 2 weeks ago with the 2DS. It's pretty much like that. So I have a small list to talk about. I'll probably ramble on some other stuff that I don't usually do, just because, just to add some time. Alright, so just a quick little, I don't know what I would call it, quick little info, I guess. Next week I will not have a PressStart podcast, mainly due because I have a lot of schoolwork due next week, and I need to focus on other projects like my Let's Plays and stuff. Also because GTA 5 comes out, and Wind Waker HD. GTA 5 is probably going to take up a lot of my time. If I get any free time, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing that game. And then on Friday, Wind Waker HD comes out, and Wind Waker's one of my top 3 favorite games of all time. So, I'll be playing that. So, my time is going to be really kind of used up between those two games. And if GTA 5 reaches its potential, it's going to be amazing. So, but I am going to do a Let's Play of Wind Waker HD. So I'll be recording that at least. So just to, kind of get rid of something for that week to kind of allow more time for other stuff. There's not going to be a PressStart podcast. But I'll be back the next week. So I doubt anything big is going to happen besides, GTA 5 coming out and all that. And like, maybe if like Half-Life 3 gets announced, and then Xbox One changes its name or something like that, then I might do one. But I doubt it would be anything big. Alright, let's just get to it. I rambled on long enough. So, our first story is on, I think this was on Sunday or Monday. Sony did a little kind of like pre-E3, or not E3, pre-Tokyo Game Show. I don't even know what this was. Like, kind of thing. Like, I don't know what it was. Where they announced a whole bunch of stuff. So, the biggest news is they announced the Vita TV. It's a device. It's pretty much a Vita without the screen, without buttons. It's pretty much the hardware of the Vita. And it's like on a small little, let's see, what is the size? 2.36 inch by 6.93 inch just device. It looks really small, which is a good thing. And you plug it into your TV, and it can play Vita games, it can play PSN games, it can play a lot of stuff. But it's basically just a Vita console without the screen and all that. So if you wanted to play, let's say, Dragon's Crown, and you don't want to get a Vita, you can get this, put your Dragon's Crown game in the Vita TV, and you can play it on your TV. So this is like kind of a good option for people who don't want to have a handheld and I guess like the Vita kind of selection of games. I have thought about getting a Vita last few months. I'm trying to decide between the 3DS and the Vita. I'm kind of leaning towards the 3DS at the moment, just because it's kind of a different selection of games compared to the Vita. The Vita is more of a console handheld console, if you get what I mean. And then the 3DS is more of a unique experience because it's just different. It doesn't have the quality of a home console game. Well, the Vita at times does, and I'd rather have a different experience. So, but still, having like if this is only cost $100 US, which is a pretty good deal considering that the Vita cost about $200. So you can just get this. Plug it in your TV, play video games and all that. So that's cool. But some games may not work just because it requires you to have the Vita touchscreen and all that. So maybe they could patch in to the games the ability to play it on the Vita TV, so you don't have to worry about that. But this is only coming out for Japan, and it launches, I think, like the day before the PS4 in America, because the PS4 is not coming out until the fall, or not the fall, I think it was like spring 2014 in Japan. I'll get to that later on. But I think it's a pretty good idea. I kind of like it. It's a nice little option. I've heard it, like I think I've read reports where it's already sold out in Japan, and it makes a lot of sense in Japan because they don't have they like for handhelds there. I guess they really like the Vita selection of games too. But I kind of like this idea. It may hurt the Vita over time just because people might not develop games for the touchpad and all that. But I still think it does bring more attention to the Vita. Would I get one? Maybe. I mean, maybe. The cool thing about it is when a PS4 launches, there's supposed to be like the streaming. You can stream your PS4 games to your Vita. So technically, you could buy like a few of these Vitas, place them around your house, and you could play your PS4 games wherever you want in the house. Which is a cool idea to think, but depends on how well the streaming stuff works, and that really hasn't been proven yet. But I think it's a cool idea. I'm definitely interested to see how it works and all that. But it's not coming out in America or Europe as of now. I'm guessing probably sometime later next year it'll come over. They just want to probably separate the length between the PS4 launch and the Vita, whatever. I'm guessing about the exact same time that Japan gets the PS4, we will get the Vita TV. Yeah, so that's cool. A lot of people kind of seem confused by this, but I think it's a decent move. It comes with an 8 gig memory card too, which is good because the Vita doesn't come with a memory card until now. They also announced a new Vita model which looks sort of smaller. I think it has a bigger screen. I may be wrong, but I've seen some pictures. It looks like its screen is a little bit bigger. It's lighter and thinner. And it comes with 1 gigabyte of memory, so you don't have to buy a memory card right away to even play the games. And it adds more battery life, and the most important thing is it's changing its screen from a OLED to a LCD. No, wait. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, so that there might be a quality difference with that, but we'll have to see how it works once you start playing games. And then they also announced a 64 gigabyte memory card for $100. That's an expensive memory card, I have to say. But yeah, so you can get a whole bunch of colors. Like I think there's white, light blue, yellow, pink, tan, and black. Cool. So I guess they're not completely forgetting about the Vita. They're just changing the model. I don't know if there's going to be another price drop, and I'm guessing they're going to get rid of the original model because it's cheaper to produce this newer model. But that'll take some time. And then also, I don't have the exact date on this, but the PS4, like I said, is coming to Japan. I want to say April. I cannot find a date for the life of me. Yeah, I want to say April. Let's see. February. Okay, February 22nd, 2014. Alright, so not too far off, actually. I'm just glad it's coming to America first. So, Japan gets their console. That's good. Pretty much everything's been announced as far as release dates. I don't know if Microsoft has said if they're releasing there or not. I think they have. Yes, so that's some pre-TGS stuff, and there's still TGS. I think it's this week or this weekend. No, I think it's later next week. Yeah. So there may be more announcements. Now to move on, Ubisoft kind of had some digital announcements. Nothing like AAA, but it had some pretty much indie-ish games. Kind of, I guess it's more like the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and all that. So just a few of the games they announced was the HD version of Assassin's Creed Liberation for the PS4. No, wait, I don't think it was for the PS4. Let me check. I think it's for current gen. Yeah, so Xbox 360, PlayStation, and PC, and it's a digital only one, and it's pretty much Liberation with upgraded graphics, and for this console. So that's cool. I never got around to playing that game, just because it was only on Vita. I will probably pick that up, because I do play every single Assassin's Creed game, besides the 3DS one, or not the DS one, something stupid like that. So yes, there's also that. They also announced, I have to go back to the page to find it again. They also announced Assassin's Creed Pirates. It's a mobile game. I'm not going to play that. I guess if you like mobile games, you got Assassin's Creed game. And one of the cooler games I thought was Valiant Hearts. Valiant Hearts for the Great War. That's the name of it. And it's built by the UbiArt framework engine, which is what Rayman Legends is built on. So a really beautiful engine. And it's about 5 people and a dog just meeting each other and all that, and their experiences during World War I. It's based on real letters and all that. And it looked really cool. It had kind of a different tone to it, and it was interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that game's all about. Looks like it's gonna be an emotional game, so that's cool. So that's definitely on my radar. It's coming out next year. Same with Liberation, that comes out next year. And then probably the coolest one was, I have to find this game again, was Child of Light, I believe it's called. I'm gonna find it. Child of Light, yes. Which is a traditional RPG using the UbiArt engine. So it looks great. And it's going back to traditional RPGs and all that. It's basically about this girl who has it's about this girl and she's going on some adventure. It's your typical RPG stuff. It looks really nice, like I've said before. I'm really interested to see this. I'll definitely be picking it up because I'm a big RPG fan. It didn't show off too much, but it's looking promising. So that's another game on my radar, and that's coming out next year also. So that looks cool, and I believe they announced a few other games. They're mostly mobile games, so I don't really care too much for that. But yeah, so Ubisoft releasing some nice kind of, not AAA games, but lower level, still really great, unique experiences. That is very cool. But let's move on to Steam Family Sharing enters beta. Starting, I think it starts next week. So basically, you can share your games with your friends on Steam, as long as they're not playing games on Steam. So you guys, if you have a friend, if you are friends with me on Steam, you can borrow a game from me, but only when I'm not playing. And I could do the same to you, it's a cool idea. I don't know how well it's gonna work, just because it depends on people not playing. Up to 10 devices. All right. So you still have to download the game, but then you can play it. Which is a good way, kind of, to, it's like a sort of like a demo, but not really. But that's cool. I will probably maybe try that out. Yeah, I mean, it could have great potential, or it could really just screw things up. We'll see. Dishonored had a Game of the Year edition announced. So if you've not played that game and you want all the DLC and all that, it comes out, I think it's October or November. Dishonored is a really good game. If you've not played it, check it out. It's a really good stealth game. It's a fun game. Don't check out my LP of it, though, because I get really angry at it. And it's not the game's fault. So I really like our game, though. It's one of my favorite games from last year. And it's a really cool game. So our Game of the Year edition, that usually comes out for every game now. Infinity Blade was announced, I think this was Wednesday or Tuesday. Infinity Blade is one of the popular, iOS games, and this is running on the iOS 7, so it's supposed to be advanced and all that. I don't care about mobile games. I know I've said multiple times already, but I could really care less. But if you're a big mobile fan, Infinity Blade is a pretty big series on that. So I guess it's a good thing on iOS and all that, but it's just sort of noteworthy. I've been recording for a lot longer than I expected. I talked a lot about the Vita. Okay, so moving on. I know I did not talk about Infinity Blade much. Yes, I know. 343 Industries, the people who make the Halo games now. They've already announced the next Halo, but apparently they're working on another game, which it's harder to determine if it's just a major AAA game or if it's just sort of like a lesser mobile game or like a strategy type game. They didn't really share too much information, but I don't know if it's. I don't think they said. I think they sort of kind of leaned on that it's not Halo related. So that's interesting, considering they are like pretty much the Halo makers. But it'd be cool to see what else they can do. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that could be, and I'm hoping it's not like a mobile Halo kind of stupid game. I mean, I know I'm just gonna call this episode "Hating on Mobile Games" because that's all I've been doing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. How would I say this? An interview with, oh man, I don't remember his name. Pretty much the Zelda guy now. What is his name? It's something Aonoma. Yeah, whoever does the Zelda games now. Recently was asked whether or not there would be an HD version of Majora's Mask, and he told the reporter to write down that he just left. And he left. And he just told them to just let the reader just make their own guess as to what that means. So it's either, yes, it's in development, or no, we're never going to do it. I know a lot of people are clamoring for that. I think that'd be a pretty cool HD remake. But I'm not the biggest Majora's Mask fan. It's really on my lower level of favorite Zelda games. But I think it'd be cool to have, especially since the Wii U does not have much. And having more and more Zelda games is always good. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Make your own guess. And that's it. Besides, I guess I'm going to do a little talking about next week's games coming out. GTA 5, I'm excited for that game. I'm just getting more and more excited. I'm seeing commercials on TV on it. And you know, it's kind of weird. It's coming out really soon. And like it just seems like it came out so quickly. But it's to me, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I have high expectations, but I'm not saying that I'm going to think it's the best game of all time. I'm not thinking that, but I think it's going to be one of the best games of this year. So hopefully it lives up to that, because it is one of the best series around. GTA 4 was I enjoyed that game a lot when I first played through it. And I put a lot of hours into that game. So yeah, GTA 5 is going to ruin a lot of stuff for me for a while. If it's good. And I expect it to be good. So yeah, just 4 more days until that comes out. And it's going to be awesome. I'll probably throw up a few videos of me just playing around. No Let's Play or anything like that. But I have to be honest, I'm more excited for GTA Online. I really like what I've seen from that, and it seems like a lot of fun. I really like GTA 4's multiplayer, and this just seems to really just make it 10 times better. So, but that's not coming out until 2 weeks afterwards, so in October. But I'm more looking forward to that than the actual game. But that doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to the game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be awesome. I will be doing a review and multiple other videos, like I said, whenever I beat it. Which, if I want to avoid spoilers, I'm gonna have to do quickly. Like, just stay aware of comments the next few days, because it's gonna be, if you're really interested in the story, it's gonna be difficult to avoid. And then also we got Wind Waker HD, one of my favorite games, like I said before. The digital version is the one coming out. I already have the retail version pre-ordered, but I'm going to cancel that because I just want to play the game as soon as possible, even though I do prefer retail games. So hopefully I have enough memory on my basic Wii U to download it. It's only like, I think it's only like 2 gigs or something like that. It's not that huge. So I'd like to get a lot recorded on the, Friday when it comes out. That's kind of my big recording day too. So looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting to see which game kind of takes my attention more. GTA 5. I'm guessing I'll be more into that game. Or I guess more into it as far as the actual game goes. Or Wind Waker. Like, it's going to be a brand new experience GTA game. Or one of my favorite games of all time as a remake. It's gonna be interesting to see which one takes my attention more. At the moment, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be GTA just because it is a newer experience. But I am very excited for Wind Waker, and I'm really in a Zelda mood. I guess I've been holding off on playing Zelda games for a while just so I could get really into the mood for Wind Waker HD and really like it. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting week next week, and then it's gonna die down for a few weeks. But that's okay. I'll be busy. Okay, so I guess I could end it there. I'm gonna talk a little bit more. I probably should go to bed. I have to go to class way in the morning. But I'll talk a little bit more. I'm gonna kind of do like a little vlog thing kind of here. I'm just gonna talk about how things are going with my personal gaming stuff. This is just something I really wanted to get off my mind. I've kind of this week I have not been able to record really at all. I don't think I've recorded at all this week, to be honest. Besides maybe one part of Outlast on Monday. But I've really kind of been disconnected from games. And I don't know if I'm getting like overburdened with games to play and all that. But I've been playing Rayman Legends. And I enjoy that game a lot. But I'm really not a big platformer guy. And I'm not really in the mood to play platformers at the moment. But that game is good enough where even if I'm not in the mood, I still want to play it. But it only holds my attention for like a few levels, and I can't get too far in or ahead of what I'm Let's Playing, because I still want to make it kind of fresh and blind. But mainly, I'm in the mood for a really story-driven game. And I want to just find a new experience, story-driven game. I've been looking around at, older games. And I just haven't really found anything that stuck with me. And I'm hoping that GTA 5 can bring that story. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find something. Because that's really what I'm in the mood for. Like a story-driven game, but kind of also like a JRPG. Like, it's interesting. you get in moods as a gamer, and they really affect how your views on games are. So I don't know, maybe I'm not going to be excited for or get into GTA 5 at all because I'm not in the mood for that type of game. Like if the story's not good enough. But hopefully, yeah, like I said, the story's good enough to really satisfy my urge, and that'll make me really enjoy the experience much more. But if you guys got any like suggestions for some good story-driven games, let me know, or some JRPGs. I did start playing one JRPG a bit, and I kind of like what I've seen so far, but I think I'm gonna quit playing it, and I'll probably start recording it once I finish up Pokemon Emerald. But it's not official yet. And then also, no, that's not even. It's not worth mentioning the PressStart podcast. So that has been the PressStart podcast. I kind of really made this longer than I thought I would. I honestly thought it'd be like 15 or 20 minutes, but it's about a half an hour. I did ramble on for like 10 minutes about nothing. But it's been a slow week. So yeah, like I said, no podcast next week. And I guess 2 weeks from now, I don't know how big the news is going to be. It might be slow for the next few weeks, so we'll have to see. But hopefully you guys can enjoy this podcast, and it can last for 2 weeks. Just watch it this week and watch it next week, and it should satisfy. But yeah, a decent week. Sony made some news. We got TG. Oh yeah, we do have TGS next week, so that may bring some news. I'm still not going to make a podcast. I'll talk about it afterwards, the week after. But oh yeah, I'll wrap it up there. So, thanks for watching too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, watching to the PressStart podcast. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks, where I will probably have a lot more to talk about. Because I'll probably talk about both weeks. And maybe GTA 5 and Wind Waker HD. But that'll be it. I gotta go to bed. I have to go to class in the morning, and now I'm gonna record like for 5 hours tomorrow. So it's gonna be cool. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys later. Adios.